Thank you very much, colleagues from the media. I'm sure this corporate spokesperson, these ladies and gentlemen from the media are now our partners.
Sure.
As we do what is expected of us as the department in charge of public relations.
That's right.
Communications of the party.
That's right.
So thank you very much for coming to the occasion of this special weekly brief from the spokesperson, Comrade Ambassador SK Moyo. I'm sure and pretty sure indeed that this statement will answer you on various issues that you have also placed on my table. Some have responded. He has also responded to some. But of course, on this podium, this is where those issues and others that you have cleared, clarified, and explained. So I will not, of course, take much of the time. The spokesperson is eager to speak with you. So, Comrade, the spokesperson, your colleagues are waiting for you.
Thank you. Let me start by saying the Revolutionary Party, Zanu PF, wishes to announce to members of the public that it has taken note of the existence of criminal elements fleecing people of their hard-earned savings under the false pretense that they have won tractors from the party. Let it be known that the party has since reported these unknown criminal elements to the police, and investigations are on course. No competition is being done by the party, and consequently, there are no winners. This is the work of conmen and conwomen defrauding our people in the name of the party, and certainly the public should ignore them. Beware of these fraudsters. Zanu PF has also been alerted to fake news that our leadership in communities has been forcing people to join the party and register in cell structures. We've also noted of false reports in the press that Zanu PF councillors and MPs are politicizing food relief aid in some communities. Nothing can be further from the truth. There is neither an iota of evidence nor substance in those allegations. One thing that remains clear for all, including our detractors, is that Zanu PF and President Mnangagwa are set for a powerful thumping victory in 2023, and nothing can stop us. It is therefore irresponsible and unbecoming for some mischievous elements in the press to seek to victimize and vilify us on that basis. We are aware that there are those who have never accepted electoral outcomes and working with mischievous elements in our media society, they are now cooking up potential justifications for their imminent loss. This must stop. When such things happen, they should be reported to the police, because the party and the curriculum of its ideological training abhors such behavior totally. Our might and majestic strides in delivering our promise to the people as provided for in our 2018 People's Manifesto should be embraced as they attest to our decency, honesty, hard work, diligence, and indeed our reliability and trustworthiness as a tried and tested party. Our commitment to servant leadership should never be criminalized by sober minds from all and sundry. We wish to make it clear that as a party, we take pride in the journey we have traveled so far under the wise stewardship of His Excellency the President, Comrade Mnangagwa. We agreed with the people through the manifesto that we were going to repair, rehabilitate, retar, and dualize roads, and roads are being done. We said we will develop a new public transport system, and indeed we revived the ZUPCO, and the results are there for all to see. We said we are going to deal with corruption ruthlessly, and the fight goes on. We said we are going to reform towards civil political engagements and shun hostility in preference to dialogue, and it is going on under Pollard. We said we are going to create jobs, and indeed, true to that, several jobs have been created in revived industries and manufacturing sector. Even in the informal sector, a lot of jobs there must be recognized. They are being created. We promised to reform the media, and here you are, all of you. You are here. We promised to re-engage countries that we cross paths with, and that is a continuous process. We promised to prioritize the health care of our citizens, and indeed, notwithstanding the added health disaster of COVID-19, we have managed to do the best in the region to save the lives of our people. We are leading in terms of administering vaccinations in the region, and that's a feat we are proud of. We committed to achieve food security, and everyone now is so familiar with Fumvudza in Toasa. These have achieved miracles. We indeed promised to stabilize the economy and our currency, and that has been to a large extent achieved. That indeed attests to the seriousness with which our government, under the leadership of President Mnangagwa, has been. On voter registration and mobilization, I wish to say the following. Zanu PF wishes to announce to members of the public and our membership in particular that the cell registration and membership registration exercise have begun across the nation. All our new members, as well as all existing members of the party, are hereby informed of the need to to register as voters. We make it clear that the position of the party is that all members and supporters must be registered voters. That means if you have not registered to vote, you are indeed lagging behind. It is one thing to support and be a member of the party, and another thing to be a registered voter. All party leadership at every level must continue to peacefully mobilize our people to register to vote. Take note that voter registration is a continuous process and no one must be left behind. Be part of the 5 million campaign and join the President and all of us in our journey towards Vision 2030. We further encourage our young people who are turning 18 to register to vote and join the party of their fathers, the party of history, the party of development, and indeed the party of transformation, the party of empowerment, and the party of the future. That is Zanu PF. Most gratefully, Zanu PF is proud in the sterling and commendable work that President Mnangagwa and government have done to lift up and stir development in areas that have been lagging behind. The President only last week spent 3 days in Bulawayo, where he presided over the opening of the first ever free pediatric orthopedic hospital for children, as well as the United Bulawayo Hospital, UBH COVID-19 Center. He toured the revived industries in Bulawayo, among them United Refineries Factory, tour an official opening of Traeger's House, Ware Factory, and Archer factories to ensure that no one is left behind in development. Indeed, no region, no peoples, no communities, and no one must be left behind in development. We are mostly proud by the positive response by the people of Bulawayo and surrounding communities who are going to benefit from all these giant milestones. As we convene this press conference, the President returned from Mutare in Manicaland province, where he had gone to inspect physically the state of industries in that area. The program involved the tour of and commissioning of kiln and veneer plant of the Wakil Company and the tour of Mega Market and Willerton plant. Indeed, the new dispensation has breathed life into our industries in line with our promise to the people as enunciated in our 2018 People's Manifesto. We are proud to say that under his leadership, every single commitment we made in the manifesto is either in motion or has been completed. It is against this background that we are proud as a party to be led by a pragmatic goal-getter in President Mnangagwa. Indeed, everyone has begun to realize the meaning of his pronunciation on his first ever inauguration as president in 2017, that as a nation under the Second Republic, politics must take a back seat, while the economy takes the front seat to ensure productivity, and productivity. Interestingly, we've managed to achieve and continue to achieve more strides going ahead despite the legal sanctions imposed on us by those who frown at the sight of a free people in charge and ownership of their God-given land and resources. We indeed endorse the President's view that instead of bending us and sowing seeds of hopelessness and dejection, the sanctions have made us strong, fortified our resolve, and indeed made us to be ourselves, to develop local solutions to local challenges, leveraging on our natural resources through accelerated value addition to win the war on the economy and development. On the independence of the judiciary, we salute President Mnangagwa for his acknowledgement of and a reassertion that the independence of the judiciary should never be tampered with, even if people may respectfully disagree with the judgments by the bench. As such, no one should attack the courts at every level because the independence of the judiciary is sacrosanct. You have heard the President again saying the doctrine of the separation of powers, that is, the executive, parliament, and the judiciary remain wholesome. We advise the public to refrain from making unbridled comments on matters before the courts because they are sub judice. Finally, we remind all and sundry that everyone should go, as I said earlier, and register in their local cell structures and register to vote. Thank you very much. I'm grateful.